Hello everyone. I'd say it's time for a garden update as everything's growing and starting to produce a little bit at least. So let's start. A deer actually got into my backyard here and munched on my blackberries, but they're starting to come back, so it's okay. It didn't kill them. Still no fruit on the elderberry, but it's looking luscious, so I guess maybe next year's the year. Sorry if my neighbor's air conditioner is a little bit loud. It is super hot in Chicago right now. Here's one of my White Knight hybrid eggplants. We've got another one in here as well. So that's almost ready to pick, I would think. Pretty close. Let's talk about my beans, my Blauhilde beans. My arch turned into a little bit more of a McDonald's arch than a regular arch. They were a little too heavy for this flimsy wire, but that's okay. I still have beautiful purple hanging beans. Look how pretty they are. I wish I had some of the flowers to show you. They are beautiful, bright purple as well. So I'm gonna harvest these. I can't wait to see how they taste. My Chinese long eggplants have finally caught up in size. They were pretty small. I'm putting out flowers now, so hopefully we'll still be able to get some of those. I've gotten a ton of dwarf tomatoes. This is the orange one here, the orange hat. I guess there's one little guy on here which looks maybe a little overripe, oops. But there's some more that are gonna come in, which is pretty awesome. And then we have our red robin that I definitely overplanted in here, but they're still producing. They got a little dry and crispy, but it's okay. You know, things happen in the garden. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, just like the rest of life, and you just have to roll with it and make the best of it. These guys I'll probably harvest tomorrow. What are these guys? The little Napoli. Got some more here that are going to be real soon. Little Sicily. All of these have been delicious. I've been making tons of salads with them. And our little bings. It's great. They stay small, they produce a ton. I love these kind of varieties. I'm gonna try and collect them all like Pokemon. I've already gotten a couple of pretty decent purple bell peppers, and these are more that are developing. So definitely the most I've ever gotten in a year from this variety, but one I've grown every year since I started growing. Figgy Pop here lost a couple branches when we had some storms, but thankfully we still have quite a few little figs developing in there. There's been more branches growing, so hopefully I'll be able to propagate those branches as well. I've got them in my closet, so maybe it'll just mean I get baby Figgy Pops. Well, figs cannot be a bad thing, right? My strawberries went nuts. I started with this one pot and this one pot, and they're just putting out runners like crazy. So I'm just trying to catch as many as possible, get as many free strawberries for next year. And I've gotten a couple off of here already. You never have enough strawberries either. My zucchini here has gone absolutely crazy. Just about every 3 days. Yep, there's one in there. Hold on. I'm getting one of these. This thing was huge. The plant doesn't look that great. Got kind of dry already. A lot of the branches kind of got a lot of dry stuff. I don't know what was going on with this variety this year. but I'm starting to get ripe pH variegated / orange Russian tomatoes. There's a real nice ripe one there. A little bit of red on it too. They still taste great. Still got some tomatoes out of it, so I don't know. Hopefully we'll have a little bit healthier plant next year if I grow it again, but oh well. See the strawberry goose protectant in there. I also have some decent onions starting to grow. Haven't gotten any more strawberries off of this yet, but there's some new plants that I'll have to put in some dirt. You can see a little bit. Some of my onions are popping out of the soil a little bit. I've been trying to cover them up a little more. But we've got our watermelon cherry tomatoes. They are beautiful. Look at those. Gotten a few ripe ones. Got more starting in there. You can see I'm going to pick a couple of them today. And I've started getting some cucumbers as well. This is the 3rd and 4th ones in there. I'm going to pick these today. Those have gone up the garage trellis a little bit. And I've got my atomic grape tomatoes here. These are taller than I am. Another really gorgeous variety. Look at those. Got some that are starting to ripen in here. Beautiful. More onions in there. More onions in there as well. Got some baby summer squash happening. That little guy in there. Another really tall one is the black cherry, almost as tall as the garage there. Quite a few little tomatoes in there. Starting to get some ripe ones. I haven't gotten any squash yet, but my other yellow squash is starting to grow up back there too. I definitely have ideas of how I'm going to do this different next year. But hey, gotta try things to learn, right? These are the black creme. Starting to change color here. Got some good fat tomatoes now that we've moved out of the cherry tomato side. We have our rice tomate here. They aren't quite as bumpy, other than that one there is advertised, but they're still cool looking. And we're about to find out how they taste, which is always the most important part. You can't see, but behind that one is our spaghetti squash. We've got one. Look at that bad boy. It's a pretty decent size already. And then it's going up the trellis on the garage as well. My corn was definitely too crowded, so I only got this one. That one got enough sun. It's taller than I am. Hopefully it's gonna have some little corn buds or whatever you call them coming out soon. I know I'll have to hand pollinate them, but that's okay. And then we have our Black Beauty tomatoes in here. It looks like there's one, I know it's dark in there, hard to see, but there's one ready, it looks like. We have our beefsteak living up to their name. Look at those big old tomatoes. Super excited. Might do some fried green tomatoes with those just because they're huge and they'd be perfect for that. You can see how small some of the corn is, but that's okay. We'll try again next year. I knew I was doing it wrong and I did it anyway. lots and lots. Nice big tomatillos. Just waiting for these to dry up a little bit. I think that's when you're supposed to harvest them. When I was finally able to do a little weeding, I found out I had a surprise, I think, pumpkin. We're gonna find out. It hasn't put out anything other than that one flower yet, so we're gonna find out what it is. I don't know, but I'm letting it grow. Got the fish pepper. Lots and lots of little peppers on there. Beautiful variegation. Love that one. Here's our peach wasp. Little baby on there. I think that's the only one so far. This is the possible cross I have here. It's supposed to be a Chicago style sport pepper, but as you can see, it's purple. So that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna keep growing that out and see what happens with those. Little BB habaneros. It's a much more fun name than CGN 24360. A little more catchy. Got our first candy canes. I harvested a couple. This guy's gonna get picked today. Look how beautiful. My one good looking purple serrano. Beautiful purple flower. And then this poor thing. Oops. Oh well. One pepper. Goat's weeds, you can see one of them seems like it's a more true plant. The other one doesn't really have the purple leaves. They almost kind of look like a chocolatey color. These guys are actually starting to change and ripen. Here's our pimentos. Getting pretty big. Little reaper. A couple in there. Early jalapeno. Quite a few. My survivor from last year, the tiger jalapeno. Beautiful. Beautiful leaves, beautiful peppers. I love these. Messed up. These are the early jalapenos. Oops. So on there. And those are actually the sport peppers I bought, not the early jalapenos. We have no gushers yet, just flowers. Even though I don't think that this is a true Mighty Mustache gusher, but that's okay. We'll see what happens. Got more onions here, and I got a handful of tiger beans, but not that great of a harvest. I got some more coming in, I guess, so that's good. And then we have the crystal apple cucumbers. They've grown pretty tall. Let's see, I know I saw one in here. Where did it go? There is some. A couple in there. These are so cool. They just get super translucent white. You can already see how light it is. Really tasty too. So I had to move my grapes away from the trellis because my deer were eating them. But they're not dead. So hopefully they'll like their new location here. Wildflowers are really starting to come in. It's just so cheery. Love looking at them. There's so many different kinds. I couldn't even tell you how many because we put so many seeds down. These almost look like corn, but I think it's a decorative grass. I don't know what this is or where it came from. But that's how it goes in the garden sometimes. Here's our butterfly peas. Had some. I've saved some so I can make tea, and then I'm leaving some so I can get more seeds for next year. And then in this little corner, we've got our Lisbon bunching onions. See, there's a whole bunch of them in there. I'm gonna pull some of them today too. My loofah, I don't think it's actually loofahing, but my favorite. Look at the birdhouse gourd. I was trying to make it into a little privacy area, and I think I succeeded. Definitely choked out my poor little flower here. Still put out a flower though. But we have some little baby birdhouse gourds. They're so cute and fuzzy. There's no little porch nook. Can't see me when I'm sitting there anymore. Hope you enjoyed the update. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.